Lunchbox is brought to you by Casa d'Angelo, with locations in Fort Lauderdale, Boca Raton, and Aventura.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Beefo, and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the frim fram sauce with the awesome fave with shafafa on the side.
Hey, good afternoon, and welcome everybody to another edition of Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. And we're on the road again, and we are in, I guess, unfamiliar territory, a first-time visit, and it's a big one. It's a good one. It's a place that's been featured on Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, Triple D, as it's known.
Nice. National
reputation, really good. It is Butcher and the Bar. It's in Boynton Beach. Talk about your alliteration. BBBB, and it all looks beautiful to me.
Exactly.
Eric Anderson is the proprietor. I'm going to get us loaded up onto the Let's Eat group, which
Let's
is
do it.
where most of our viewers are anxiously awaiting. And here we go. Boom. We're on. And we say, welcome, Eric Anderson. Thank you for having us.
Thanks for being here.
We got pretty drinks. It's like right on cue. And I guess it's appropriate because football season starts tonight, Eric.
Absolutely.
And we started right here with a little bit of a fumble, and that was my fault. Everything is my fault.
No, that was purely on me.
If it's technical in nature, it's Lubie's
goes
fault.
to me. Yes.
And if anything else happens, then it's my fault. But
Here
we go.
Nobody
We
saw
got.
it.
I don't know when the kids started calling it glizzies. I don't like
know, it's a
that,
hot dog.
but it does look like a very gorgeous, glamorous,
It's a nice
gourmet glizzy hot dog, house-made hot dog. And we got cocktails. I got a praline or praline. I never know how to pronounce it.
Right.
Old-fashioned. Just tell us a little bit about everything that this place is about, how long it's been here, why you opened it, and, I guess 30-second summary of I'll let you go 3 minutes.
No, really, it's we can do it in 30 seconds. We've been here 4 years now. We're the Butcher and the Bar. We are what we say. We have a small butcher shop.
There's
and we
a butcher
have
shop.
A bar right behind us.
There's a bar behind us.
And so the name speaks to what we are. Really emphasize locally sourced food as much as possible. We work with a lot of local farms, Florida farms, and also emphasize clean food. So
I guess you'd call this like kind of an artisanal place where you really care about the sourcing and the quality of the products.
I always tell our staff, if any customer ever questions anything, just tell them, if our owner won't put it in his mouth, he won't serve it to you. and I'm a pretty picky guy when it comes to food and beverage. So we really emphasize that local stuff, the clean product, and on the bar side,
I'm taking my pictures now for later consumption. We're very I guess we're all random all over the place here. We're taking pictures here. We got the camera going here. And it's the nature of the lunchbox. A little bit, I call it organized chaos. And right in front of us, that drink looks so pretty. I don't know what that is.
I can tell you what we've got here. So you have the praline old fashioned.
I don't know. Do we need to slide it, or can the people see that beautiful pink drink? And I've got the old fashioned is hiding right back here. They call it. Well,
okay, so
describe this one.
It's a praline old fashioned, so it's actually mixed whiskeys, and our bar manager Swig infuses it with actual pralines or pralines. Where's Tom when you need him?
I think it's one of those southern things, like people in the South call it, or in New Orleans call it pralines.
Right, and then he throws a little of mixed nuts, bitters in there, and then old fashioned bitters.
I'm going to take a sip of this. So it's the hair of the dog because I got hammered last night at the Hard Rock. One of the few values that they have at the Hard Rock is they have a sports pub right across from the poker room, and on Wednesdays they have $10 old fashions all night.
Really?
So
by the Hard Rock,
I imbibed a little too heavily, and instead of walking it off, I had to gamble it off.
Just so you know, we're not the Hard Rock, but we do $6 old fashions.
Oh, you
Wednesdays.
do? Really?
So
you got that. You got them.
That over the Hard Rock.
That's a great deal. You mean one of these? Or?
No, it's a batched old fashioned. We use Benchmark, which is a Buffalo Trace product, great product. And
anything for
yeah,
$6 these days.
It's a good deal on Wednesday.
I can't find anybody who would complain about that, except maybe some of the people on the Let's Eat.
There'll be a receipt next to it.
Yeah, exactly.
They said it was $6. They didn't say it included tax.
That's funny. Now we got Lubie is lined up there. He's got beers.
Yeah.
So what do we have?
Okay, I'm sorry. And then we got the purple.
Libation.
This is called La Mariposa, the butterfly. It's a gin cocktail. We make it with a really unique gin out of Spain called Puerto de Indias Black. It's a molasses-based spirit, so it has some natural vanilla to it. So Swig came up with this concoction. It has some orange blossom spray in it. It has that gin and then butterfly pea flower syrup, which is what gives it
that looks gorgeous.
Purple color. And the beauty of it tastes just like a creamsicle.
I think Lubie can start with a sip of that, and then I'm not afraid. I'll sip after Lubie.
Yeah, I'm not afraid of sipping
he's not
after
contagious.
It tastes just like an orange creamsicle.
It does?
It's purple.
Wow. And then what's this one is kind of looks like a tequila-based drink.
This is fantastic because you said gin, and I'm not anti-gin, but I don't drink gin a lot.
Well, so we're a big gin bar. I mean, we've got a great whiskey
slide
selection.
that over here.
Well, I'm a gin
That
guy,
is
so
fantastic.
we have
Holy
over 100
cow.
gins. So we like to feature some gin drinks on the menu.
And this is a tequila one, right?
This is tequila. This is called the Dexter in Mexico.
Is that a
That's a
nod to
great
the
name.
serial
A nod to
killer?
the serial killer
100%.
because it's blood orange. And if you've ever saw the opening of the show,
Yeah,
when
the
Swig came up with this
blood,
drink, that the final season was just coming out. So it's basically a blood orange margarita.
Oh, wow.
That he came up with. He used an extra añejo tequila in there, so it's super smooth.
We know how Mr. Mayo is about tequila, so
Yeah, exactly.
I've had incidents, but I tell you
Doing
what,
the
professionally, I can't
crux
sip
of this.
tequila because part of the reason why we're here today, besides them recently celebrating their
Well, that is
4th
fantastic.
anniversary,
Wow.
which is quite the accomplishment considering a restaurant that starts right in the middle of a pandemic before the vaccines were available, and that takes I don't know, is that bravery or insanity to do that?
In hindsight, stupidity. But,
You're still here.
But you're still here because if you build it and you do a good job,
In South Florida, they'll
people
come.
will come. And before we get into the food, and I'm going to devour this porchetta sandwich is world famous or regionally famous in these parts. Everybody I know. We had Joe Casal came in with
The great
Tasso
Joe
before
C.
the show, and he was raving about he usually comes in and picks up the porchetta and some other things. But before we get to the food, you guys are basically, you've put together and are hosting, kind of co-hosting because it's with several other local restaurants and watering holes, but it's called Battle of the Beaches Cocktail Showdown.
Oh, wow.
And it's starting this Monday. And for some reason, they thought of me as one of the judges. So I've got to basically exercise my cocktail palate.
There you go.
Yeah.
I got to kind of work it all out and say, yes, good balance. I like the essence of the praline. And
I think it's a wine tasting.
So where did this contest come from? Because that sounds like a really cool idea as we end the summer and fall is sort of coming because it's Florida, so we don't get fall. Like, it seems like a great idea.
Well, I was talking to a couple of our local restaurants here, Driftwood, which
Oh,
I know
we
you've
love
been
Jimmy,
there. With
we
Chef-
were there, and
Chef
Tommy,
Jimmy.
they do a fantastic job.
And then Sean from Sweetwater. Sweetwater's an institution. They've been around, I think, 10 plus years.
And you know
now.
what? I've never been inside there, so
They
that's
do a great
crazy.
job. I mean, you talk about a cocktail program that's elevated. There's nobody around that does what they've been doing, and for as long as they've been doing it, they kind of set the standard. And so we were sort of lamenting the dog days of summer coming up, and is there a way we could collaborate? We thought about doing chef dinners and all that stuff. And Swig, our bar manager for years, has been telling me we need to do a cocktail competition. Look at this bar; it's a great showcase,
Yeah, it's like a bar.
And so I threw out the idea to Sean and to Jimmy, and they both said, "Yeah, let's do it." And so
they went for, and it's kind of a revival of sorts because for a while there was a cocktail mixologist competition that I think New Times was associated with back when there was a New Times edition up in Palm Beach County, and I think they called it like Bar Brawls or something like that.
That was down in Delray. Yeah.
And that was popular for a couple of years, and it's basically it's good to see the local, the bar cocktail crowd coming together because it's a lot of fun, these things. And if I had the opportunity to judge one of those, and it was a final round where everybody is, the stakes are high and there's good boisterous rooting sections. Each bartender brings his own crew, family, friends.
Yeah.
So coming up this Monday,
it's
what's
this
going to
coming
happen
Monday.
here?
So
this
Monday, we've had it's actually 6 total events, and we spaced them out over the next 2.5 months, really.
Wow.
Right through November, mid-November, and this coming Monday here at the Butcher and the Bar is the first of 3 preliminary rounds. So there's 3 rounds with 3 bartenders. Winners each go on to the finals. So
okay, so one winner from each of the 3 opening rounds, and those 3 opening rounds will be held. The first one, September 9th, next Monday, here
correct.
at Butcher and the Bar in Boynton Beach. Really easy to find off Boynton Beach Boulevard and 95. Second one is going to be on September 30th.
Correct. That's at Sweetwater.
At Sweetwater, which is also in Boynton Beach, right?
Correct. Just
And then
a mile down the road.
Then October 14th will be the 3rd preliminary round, and that's going to be at
Back here.
back here. Okay.
And then November
11th
it will be back. Will be the finals.
Veterans Day, and
Exactly, and
I'll
that'll
be
be-
a veteran of drinking at that
And
point.
you're going to be a judge at that the
Yeah.
finals as well.
Yes, I'm
Um,
always looking forward to
And so that will be
the
back
high stakes.
at
back
Sweetwater.
here at Sweetwater.
At Sweetwater.
Okay, so 2
We are alternating
here,
the
2
competition.
at Sweetwater, and then Driftwood was the site of the opening
Correct.
draw party, and
And
then
they're
it'll
gonna-
also be the final
Right. And
kind of
for
like,
the final party, we're actually going to have a little fun with it. So for the actual competition itself, for these first rounds, we're trying to make it professional and let the bartenders really showcase their skills. We're not trying to embarrass anybody or trip anybody up. We want them to have fun.
Yeah.
That final party at Sweetwater, at Driftwood, we're going to have each of our 3 bartenders, and the winner, if it's not one of our 3, we're going to put them in a competition, but we're going to try to embarrass them and do silly things and just make it a fun closing
and
party.
you've got a good lineup. So the other participating competitors are from other bars around. Even, and you've got what Crazy Uncle Mike's in Boca.
Yep. Crazy Uncle Mike's, Radcliffe's, which is the speakeasy at the wine room in Delray.
You got our guy Miles, who's won a cocktail competition at the Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival in the past, and he's bounced around, and now he's at that Penelope restaurant down in Meisner, the new Rodney Mayo, no relation, subculture group restaurant. But Miles is in it, and a couple other ones from Delray.
Park Tavern as a competitor.
Warren. The Warren
is
not Fitzy, who's like the godfather of
going to be
mixology.
judging one of the events.
John Fitzpatrick, everybody knows and loves him.
Yeah, John's been around for a long time, doing a great job.
But he has another, I guess, bartender there that's in the mix.
So it'll be another bartender that's in the competition, and then and she's competing in the first round here, and then the last one is Ravish.
Oh, nice.
Right up the street here in Lantana.
Okay, I've heard lots of good things about that place.
It's a nice shop.
I've never been in there. So again, that's going to be in the. We're talking about the next couple of weeks, and starting Monday, September 9th, right here, Butcher in the Bar. How to it ticketed, or just anybody can show up and just
anybody can show up. It's we talked about ticket, not ticket, but it's first come, first served. Come on in. No reservations required, no tickets required. One thing we are doing that's kind of cool is we are actually going to be selling raffle tickets. And one of the spectators will actually win the opportunity to be a judge.
Oh, wow.
So we're actually going to have 4 judges at each event.
Oh, nice. So
we
basically pick somebody out of the crowd. And I always like getting the, basically the layperson's perspective on things as opposed to some of the professionals or fakers like me.
And then the money from that raffle, by the way, we're donating it all to the Surf Rider Foundation. So.
All right. Meanwhile, Lubie has busted out the B-roll camera, and he's focusing in on some of the food we got here. We have Chef Jackie's going to join us later in the show. And you were explaining that you guys have separate menus for lunch and dinner, so you guys take your food program seriously, right?
Yeah, we're a little crazy, but it's it's fun because we have a really a small menu. We focus it on, we want to put out a few really good things versus like a book that you've got to read through, and so we try to focus on quality, not quantity. Our menu at night is small. We actually focus on small plates and shared plates. Which doesn't work as well for the lunch thing. So for lunch, we kind of focus on craft sandwiches, salads, things like that. And then at night, we switch over to small plates. We have a few entrees, but really when we started this, we were all about, we're the type of people that like you guys like to go out and try a little bit of everything.
Yep.
So we emphasize small plates on our nighttime menu. It's a way to do that.
And that's the kind of style I love and prefer, especially when you're sipping cocktails, have a couple of bites of everything.
People,
we're going to get, I don't even know where to start. I want to start.
Plates? I can
This
get you
is what-
plates, I can
okay,
get you knives, I can get you
When
forks.
what was it like doing the Triple D when Guy Fieri came in here? And I guess you focused on some of your
These-
signatures with the hot dog and the porchetta when he came
These
in.
are the two that he picked.
Yeah.
It was great. I couldn't say enough about him, the crew. He's just as nice as you see on TV. A really, really great guy. And he fell in love with both of these items. When you do the process, you submit about 6 items up front, and then he picks them, sight unseen and untasted. And he came in and he fell in love with our porchetta. He ate half a sandwich, which he never does. The producers are just
that
going.
means he really likes it.
Well, then he got to the hot dog,
Yeah.
and he devoured the whole hot dog, and so.
Plates. Yeah. Oh, great. Okay.
So
No, I was looking. Oh, yeah. It's. I'm sure he
Yeah.
devoured everything
So-
because it's delicious. I've been here before. I've had several of these items. I don't know if I had the porchetta before because I think I came at a dinner time hour.
Yeah,
and-
we don't serve that sandwich at night. We
Right.
do porchetta now as an entree, like a plate.
which
at
I
night,
think
yeah.
I had that, but I did not have the sandwich. So I'm going to dive
Here you go,
into this
Mr.
sandwich
Mayo.
right now. And and then meanwhile, we've got this is a special we got here, which
Yeah,
is kind
we-
of like a French dip.
Again, one of those things that we rotate on and off the menu. This one we ran a few weeks ago, and people fell in love with it. It's basically we call it a French dip grilled cheese. So it's shaved Florida beef ribeye, and then we put some mozzarella and provolone on there, sautéed onions, and then you've got the traditional au jus of a French dip. Yeah,
You're gonna go in for because this is look at this porchetta. It's a beautiful looking thing. Meanwhile, the au jus, I just want to kind of lift that up and drink it. You want to go in for the close up here and then a
on
big
there?
bite? Well, I don't know. I mean,
I can.
it's up to
You're a
you.
pain in my ass.
I don't mean to be obscuring Eric's face, but
That's
this
all right.
beautiful. And again, there's some greens on the bottom.
that's
of it, or-
no, that's a gremolata on the bottom.
Cremolata. Okay.
And then we
Very
have
nice.
it has a radish and fennel salad essentially on it as well, and then the porchetta.
Yeah, there we go. Well,
Hold on.
hold on. He's
You want
gonna.
me to
He's,
do this? I'm gonna do it.
he's gonna. I want people to get the front view of this sandwich.
No, it's a beautiful sandwich. I'm all in on it.
I'm not even gonna do a big bite. I don't want to make a spectacle of myself today. But look at this. Welcome to the world of high technology. Here we've got. Oh, look at that. He's going wide. I'm trying to get close up of the sandwich. It's coming in very. Oh, there it goes. It is in smell-o-vision too. Ooh,
There
it
we go.
smells very good. All right, that's the porchetta. Got the little bit of the radish. All right, I'm going in. I'm gonna take.
From all angles.
There we go.
Mike Mayo, big bite. Oh Jesus.
Mm.
All angle, big bite.
Oh God,
There you
I
go.
got all of my face, but that is I'm basically bathing in pork fat, and I don't mind
I've
it
never
one
heard you
bit.
complain about that ever.
Wow, that's a fantastic sandwich.
Thank you.
It's got all the elements, and could see why it's gone worldwide after being featured on the Triple D. Are they still replaying those episodes?
Yeah,
over
they
and over?
pretty much about once or twice a month. Every now and then we get surprised. I mean, we have a schedule that we follow to see when they're going to air it, but every now and then there's a rerun that we didn't know about. And sometimes local stations are picking up some shows, and so we can tell when we're on
when it's
because
been on.
we usually get hit the next couple of days.
Have you ever been featured on the Michelle Bernstein show? The Check Please.
We haven't. No.
Okay. Well, we'll have to rectify
Make
that.
that
all
happen.
right,
You're
sure.
friends with Michelle Bernstein, so.
Because this is the kind of
To
place
make
that
that
they love, especially places that have been around for a little while and have established. Do you consider this like a neighborhood joint or a destination? Do you see people from Boca or West Palm come
We
down
do. We
here?
get. I mean, most of our crowd is from the North Del Rey. We get a lot of Ocean Ridge folks. But yeah, we reach down as far as Boca, West Del Rey, Boynton Beach, West Palm. We're definitely a destination, but we also we consider ourselves a premium neighborhood bar.
Yeah.
Essentially. And we have a lot of locals, a bunch from the building. People who are here a couple nights a week. How's that hot dog?
Is this house made?
Yeah, that's a house made
This is
hot dog.
fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can tell the
Yeah.
difference,
Well, it has
right?
it tastes borderline like a sauce. Like when
Right.
it has that smoky,
It has a
strong
smoky-
we smoke
flavor.
it,
It
and
has
it's
a
got the
natural casing
natural casing.
snap. I had these the other week.
Because I'm one to ruin a hot dog,
Yeah.
and I put every condiment known to man. This is one I wouldn't do that to. This hot dog is
Well,
fantastic.
It's funny because a lot of people most people love our hot dog. There's a few that come in, that I don't like it at all because they're used to the heavy, seasoned, salty, grocery store hot dogs, and this is definitely not that. You can actually taste the beef. That's the whole idea. So it's 100% beef dog, Florida beef.
This is
So
fantastic.
And that's on both the lunch and dinner menu, or
that's just
strictly
lunch. Yeah, we just
strictly
do hot dog
just
at lunch. Yeah,
don't let Joey Chestnut near this place. He'll just eat you out of your supply. But
set another record. Although they say it's unofficial, right?
okay,
Yeah.
no, but this one, yeah, it's a tremendous hot dog, and I just had a bite of the French dip. Now I tell you what, the sweetness, caramelization of the onions with the richness of the meat, and what kind of cheese is it again?
It's provolone and mozzarella.
It's a beautiful blend of everything, and when you dip it in that juice, oh my goodness, this is. I
fantastic.
think you got yourself a winner
Yeah.
here, Mr. Anderson.
People seem to like it. Like I said, it was one of those. Chef came up with it. Hey, I want to run this as a lunch item. Okay, and then people clamored for it. So we brought it back a couple times now. So it may become a more permanent item on the menu.
And you got different breads. You got a nice big. Well, you got a ciabatta for the porchetta. You got that looks like
Split
a big,
top,
nice
hot
split
dog,
top, almost like an egg bun. It looks a little bit yellow, and that looks good. And then we've got what is this?
That's
like
actually,
a sourdough?
It's actually sourdough. Yeah.
Yeah,
It just
but
grills
it's
up.
soft.
It grills up really nice. You get a
It's
nice crisp on the outside, but to your point, it stays soft on the inside. It's a
That's
it's a nice
fantastic.
bread. Yeah.
I got to save room because we're going to have like some of the dinner items
Yeah,
coming out. with
a
Chef Jackie's.
couple of small plates coming out for you guys to try. Yeah, absolutely.
Before we take our first break, I just wanted to ask you, what was your background? Were you in
Where did this come from?
restaurants
Because this is a
before, or-
fantastic place and idea.
So I was in pharmaceuticals.
That's
really?
always my favorite when we
Uh,
do these shows. Like we get people that are classically trained, and then they will open up small places, which I think is cool. We'll get people that were in restaurant business forever. But my favorite is when someone comes from I was on Wall Street,
yeah.
and then I said screw it, and I'm opening up a grilled cheese
Yeah,
stand.
and I learned how
Yeah.
to make ice cream.
I think
actually
that
a-
is so fun.
I'm
Like,
actually a pharmacist by training. Went to school for pharmacy. I have my
Oh,
pharmacy
wow.
degree, and then ended up in the industry over time. And because of my job and because of what I did in my career, I had a chance to travel all over the country and the world and lots of places in Europe. And I was fortunate enough to dine at some of the best places and some of the best dives,
Right.
all over the place. And just fell in love with the industry. Kind of grew up a little bit in the industry. My father was in McDonald's. He
Okay.
had 4
Yeah,
franchises.
franchise.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
Where did you grow up?
the Philadelphia area.
Okay.
So go Birds. Big game
Big
tomorrow
Eagle
night.
fan tomorrow night, yep.
Brazil.
So yes,
You're gonna have a little bit of a
it'll-
what's the drink in Brazil? Caprina.
Caipirinha.
Caprina with a
Caipirinha.
cheesesteak for the Eagles. Do
Yeah,
you ever do
yeah.
cheesesteak?
Yeah,
Well,
we
this-
do. We
this-
do it.
I gotta
It's kind
tell
of
you,
like
that seems like a
right?
cheese.
This
steak,
to
yeah.
me, with no offense to Geno's, Pat's, or Tony Luke's,
Yeah.
this sandwich right here kicks the butt out of any cheesesteak
It's
that
definitely not
I've had in
authentic.
Philadelphia. No,
Well, let me ask you
That's
actually in that vein, and we have to take a break, but you are a natural born Philadelphian. The cheesesteak's the famous sandwich. Michael Mayo's favorite sandwich
Yes.
is the pork and broccoli
Broccoli
Rob
Rob,
sandwich.
which is kind of what this.
Which
this
we
feels
run on
like that.
occasion, by the way.
Yeah.
We do the pork and broccoli lob, the Tony Luke's knockoff there. Braise the pork in Italian seasonings and throw that broccoli rabe and some provolone on it, and it's a great sandwich. I've always loved that one. So we pay homage to that every now and then as well.
It's I would basically say everything here on the lunch menu is a winner. So it's one of these what took us so long moments to
Honestly.
get up here with the lunchbox. Let's go take our first break. We'll be back with Chef Jackie. Before the first break, I do have to give a shout out to our friends. Today's presenting sponsor is Casa D'Angelo. 3 locations. It's the finest in Italian cuisine and service, and their wine list, wine selection, unbelievably good. There's one up here in Palm Beach County in Boca Raton, right there on Palmetto Park Road. Flagship in Fort Lauderdale, right there, 1201 North Federal Highway. And then the third location in Aventura. And all 3 of them impeccable. You're going to have a great time, whether it's a special occasion or any occasion. Go check out Casa D'Angelo and tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
We have headed due north today, and it makes me wonder why we don't head north more often. We're at the Butcher and the Bar. The Butcher and Bar, I think is that. The Butcher and the Bar. I nailed it. Butcher and the Bar. And the name is fitting because they have a great butcher shop, they have a great bar, and they have great eats. More with Mr. Eric Anderson after this. Mike Mayo's Lunchbox from Butcher and the Bar, Boynton Beach after this.
Best restaurants in South Florida? Casa d'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First class dining, top flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended for a special occasion or any occasion. Casa d'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. If you're looking for an exquisite sushi experience, Kaizen Sushi Bar and Grill in Fort Lauderdale is the place to go. 5640 North Federal Highway, just north of Commercial Boulevard. Chef owner Hui Lam, he's a sushi savant, slicing and serving pristine fish and seafood flown in directly from Japan and around the world. Nigiri, sashimi, special rolls, and omakase dinners. He's ruined me from going anywhere else. It's that good. Open 7 days for dinner and also for lunch. Even if you're not a sushi fan, they have great cooked options, including steaks, chops, rice and noodles, and other Japanese dishes. It's fantastic. For reservations and information, go to kaizenflorida.com. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. A little further inland, Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C, 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward, some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner, closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, oh, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. We are done with round one at Butcher in the Bar, which was lunch. And because they have a separate dinner menu, we're on to dinner. And we also are welcoming to the show Chef Jackie. Congratulations, because you are knocking it out of the park here.
Thank you.
Just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you ended up in such a fine perch, a place that really, you can tell, cares about the quality of the food.
So I actually grew up in New Jersey.
Jersey, what exit?
I don't have an answer to that question.
Okay.
I'm so North Jersey. We don't even count
really?
the exits.
Near like give me a town, Ramapo or something like that?
More north by
Oh.
like closer to New York, like Warwick, New York.
Okay, very good.
So I went to culinary school. I went to Culinary Institute of America in Hyde Park, New York, and then
Oh,
I moved
wow.
down here about
That's
4 years ago.
Top of the top.
Yep. And then I found this place about a year
Nice.
ago, and I've been the executive chef for about 6 months now.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Again, congratulations.
Thank
'cause
you.
Everything that we've been eating so far has passed the rigorous Lunchbox seal of approval. Big
Awesome.
thumbs up, 2 thumbs up. And again, I mean, the porchetta, fantastic. It's been a long time signature here. How's it like when you come in and you kind of step into something that's already been going in terms of staying faithful to some of the signature dishes as opposed to putting your own spin and developing some other new things? Yeah.
So when I stepped in here about a year ago, I came in as a line cook,
Okay.
and then I
So you got
quickly
to get into the culture and the style.
I started to learn exactly how they wanted things done here, and then they moved me up to sous chef pretty fast after 2 weeks. And then once the last executive chef left, I was like, I want to do this.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's
So
it.
I pushed myself for a month to prove not only to myself but to everybody around me that I could do this position.
Nice.
And
It's-
I've just been trying to put a little bit of my flair and everything, and
Right.
making Eric happy as well, and doing what he wants in his vision.
And it seems like customers are happy because it's got a nice full crowd for the lunch time, which, hey, let's face it, this is supposedly, the challenging part of the year. And when you see a nice lunch crowd,
Yeah, it's full.
that means something, doing something right.
Yeah.
So
Well, I like that. Something you just said there I find interesting whenever we talk with chefs, because it does feel like it's an important aspect for them and their happiness. How much is it how creative are you allowed to be here? Because it feels like Eric is very open to ideas and seeding to you is what it feels like.
My team and myself, we're allowed to be very creative.
Okay.
We can do just about everything as long as we stay
Yeah,
in
you can see
the
it.
Just look in front
guidelines,
of
as
you.
long as we stay local, fresh,
Those
or
are great
clean
guidelines.
products. Yeah. So we
Maybe not easy, but
exactly, and we all come from different backgrounds. We all have different backgrounds in the industry, so that helps us create different, unique dishes.
what he said that I thought was interesting, and I was waiting to talk to you about it, was you guys change, if not the entire menu, a majority of the menu, lunch and dinner, every day.
Correct.
And I have a friend of mine that's literally his dream to open up a place like that, but he owns a restaurant now, and he realizes that is very hard to do. I give you guys a lot of credit for being fresh, local, and new daily.
It is. I would say that it is difficult, but
ambitious.
Very
yes.
ambitious.
I don't know,
And
did you watch the latest season of The Bear?
Yeah, it
'Cause,
feels like The
that's
Bear.
was his
Yes.
thing. It's like every day, every service, completely different menu. And they're like, "Are you mad?" And he was like, "Yeah."
but with us, with the local farms, they bring us different products. So
Right,
then
so you have
it's
to do
kind of like chopped for us. We're like, what do we have today to work with? And then we just build off of that.
That's amazing.
Well, we had lunch. Now we're on to dinner. I mean, can you just explain what some of these
Yeah.
things are? And my eyes immediately are attracted to that lovely shrimp on top
So
of it. Looks
those
like
are
colorful
pickled vegetables.
pickled vegetables.
So what you have is a Key West pink shrimp.
Beautiful.
They're grilled and then tossed in a hot honey. And then on the bottom, you have pickled peppers and pickled onions.
I'm going in. I love. You can tell when you get good, fresh, local products like the Key West pink shrimp. To me, are essential. It's one of those beautiful products. And here we go. Oh yeah, I mean it's sweet, a little bit tart from the. You got the pickle. I mean that's a great summer dish,
Mhm.
and kudos.
We
Yeah.
use Florida local honey for that, and then our house-made Fresno hot sauce.
That's beautiful. Now here is this is a mushroom. I'm sorry?
Mushroom toast. So it's from they're oyster mushrooms from Gratitude Gardens.
Oh, I know
That we
place.
saute them down with garlic, shallot, red wine, and finish it with some cream.
Is that a popular item, or that's you run it a lot?
It is a very popular item. It's one of our staples for dinner time.
I'm gonna get in that, and then finally in the little crock pot we got
Our chicken meatballs.
chicken meat.
So house-made chicken meatballs. They're Joyce Farm chickens.
Oh wow!
So they are a clean product, and then we serve it with our house-made marinara sauce, garlic chips, ricotta, and garlic bread on the side.
All right, I'm going in. My plate is full.
You need
stopped me
another one?
before. Yeah, we're gonna have to bring in
You
the
never finish.
auxiliary plate, and you know what? I'm gonna just go full on big bite. This is one of the
Video
signatures
this.
of the
Do it.
show. This is like nothing for me, but I just kind of
That's
Since
not
I have no
great.
room on my plate, I'll just put the entire chicken meatball. What kind of tomatoes for the sauce there? You
We use San Manzano's.
San
Marzano, of
Marzano's,
course.
nothing but the best. And you do your own house-made ricotta cheese?
Yes.
Of course. She's trained at the CIA. She's not going to scoop. She's not going to scoop some polio out of a thing. She's making her own fresh ricotta.
So I'm curious. You're from Jersey. You're now down here. What brought you down here? Because we know the culinary world up in the Northeast is as good as it gets when it comes to America, let alone the world. South Florida, as we try to show on this show daily, is coming up a lot from north to south. But what brought you from the north to the south, and how have you liked it down here?
I like it down here. I was brought down here by people outside of my life,
Okay,
By
and
gypsies.
then
Life.
People in a van,
yeah,
kind of
And
like
then I
Squid
just-
Game. They just patch you in the panel
and then
truck.
I found this place. I only live a minute down the road,
Oh, that's
so
amazing.
it works out perfect, and
By the way-
I love it here.
This area is great.
Speaking as a couple of Broward people,
Yeah, this area is great.
I mean, it's so bucolic. You know, you come up here and, it's only, 30 miles
Mhm.
north of Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah.
And it's like another world. You go down here, it's like, it still feels like old Florida, where it's not all built up and you have these low slung ranch houses and the beach is right there.
Mhm.
And it seems like very livable. So,
One,
maybe.
just the energy feels different. Like it feels
Absolutely.
the pace still is there, but it's not as hectic as you do when you
Oh,
get
I
more south.
agree.
Yeah, I might need to move up here a little bit. Because first of all, I wish I had a local like,
Yeah,
this,
place like this.
around the corner. I mean, we got a lot of great restaurants near
Yeah, for
me,
sure.
and South Broward and the Fort Lauderdale area.
Of course.
But nothing quite like this. I don't think this is really special. So I'm very grateful that you have found your way here, and that you're given the leeway to stay creative and enjoy yourself. Do you build relationships with the guests and customers? Do you go around and touch tables? Or
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, you do get to do that.
I know a lot of the regulars here by first name basis. I go out, I make sure everybody's happy. Listen to them. Sometimes they come to me with ideas. They're like, "Hey, could you do this one time?" I did a lemonade blueberry cheesecake one night
Ooh.
from a customer wanted it, and everybody loved it.
I mean, that sounds amazing.
So
good.
I'm down to take suggestions. I listen to them.
Lubie, I'm going to pass the mushroom toast over to you to have the first bite of that, because I'm getting full.
Yeah, I
believe
can
it or
tell.
not.
You got dessert coming still.
Oh,
You're
and that's right.
slowing
You
down.
are preparing some dessert. And you know me, I always save room for dessert. The cocktail program here obviously is fantastic. We're going to be having that great Battle of the Beaches cocktail showdown starting here next Monday. Do you work with the mixologists here a lot in terms of just what pairs well with the different cocktails that they're featuring?
I have in the past.
Yeah.
Sometimes we try to when we can.
Okay.
Yeah. But pretty much everything goes with everything. I mean,
Yeah.
especially with the drinks this good. Okay, Lubie is just massacring that. Is
I
that
don't want a whole one.
is it
it's a
finger
lot.
food, or people
Oh, I
supposed
don't
to
know.
cut it
You're
up,
supposed to
or
just put your hand
whatever
on
feels right?
Whatever feels right.
Okay, well, Lubie,
There's a lot to this. I'm
he's
using
a knife
my
and
hand.
fork guy. Me, I'm a barbarian. I'm just
You're
gonna
a
go
Son
in.
of a
I'm gonna just
a
go in.
decorated chef. I'm not
I'm
just
gonna.
friggin' grabbing
that's
on my
never stopped me before.
I'm aware.
going
Hey,
in.
some
That's
food's made to be eaten with your hands.
Well, you said that. I didn't.
Oh my god,
My wife's in my head.
I love that, because that reminds me. I grew up as like a veal marsala.
Yes,
with
it's
the
very
mushrooms.
marsala. Like it's
That,
It's
and
nice.
The reduction is very much reminds me of some of those Italian veal dishes of my youth, and the Gratitude Gardens mushrooms. You can't beat when you have
the mushrooms are great, and the
Yeah.
flavor is really nice. And, that's strong.
All right.
That's amazing.
Excuse me and my manners. I'm just.
That's
making
why I use
complete
my fork and knife.
pig
But,
of myself.
do you?
All right, so I was going to ask, do you change things seasonally? You change them like daily, and it's
Daily.
just
Yes.
whatever is going on, whatever comes in. How do you get out to the farms a lot and kind of build relationships like that?
I have not yet.
Mhm.
Okay.
One of my sous chef actually went to Quincy Cattle Farm last week, which is out in where is
Up in
that? Up
Quincy.
north, yeah.
Mhm.
So she went out and she visited. She met the owner. So, but we are
Nice.
invited to go to any of the farms when we have the chance to.
Nice. And there's so much great agriculture here in Palm Beach County. It's really, it makes a big difference when you come out and enjoying a meal. So it's all good.
I think this is
Jeff,
fantastic.
Jackie, I'll be seeing you again next week. Are you ready for like the cocktail competition crowd? I imagine there'll be people coming in and also ordering a lot of food. So you're
Yes, we're doing some special small plates that you don't normally see on our menu.
Okay.
Nice.
I'll be looking forward to that because otherwise, if I do all my judging on an empty stomach, it could get
I'd
ugly.
be plastered.
All right, let's. It's time for our second break, but we're gonna have Eric back on here. Chef Jackie's gonna go out and fetch us. What's the dessert? It's
It's gonna be a biscuit,
brisket.
biscuit,
I can have
biscuit bread
for dessert
pudding,
here.
but it has bacon on it. That's why my mind went there.
There we go. Biscuit bread pudding
With bourbon
with
caramel
bourbon and bacon at Butcher and the Bar in Boynton Beach. Is that
They
enough
love their
bees
bees
for you?
here, and
Yeah.
I love the letter B too after being here.
Yeah, this is it. This is a beautiful place. And Chef Jackie. Oh, I got to put in a kind word about our friends at Visit Lauderdale. The Dine Out Lauderdale promotion is ongoing all month long. They had a great August. A lot of restaurants signing up for the first time, more than 180 of them in the Broward, Greater Fort Lauderdale area. And all September long, the fun continues with multi-course lunches and dinners at special discounted rates. Go online to dineoutlauderdale.com for all your options and the full list of restaurants participating. And one of them is our sponsor, J&C Oyster down in Hollywood. And they are open tonight. They're open every Wednesday through Sunday. Chef Raheem, Monica, they do a fantastic
They're still doing
job.
happy hour Wednesday through Sunday still, right?
They have every night
Ridiculous
they're
happy
open,
hour.
Wednesday through Sunday, 5 to 7 p.m. at the bar. They have some of their greatest hits. The dishes are fantastic at really reasonable prices, along with drink specials. That's at 20. Oh man, why do I forgot 2035 Harrison
I just
Street.
say it's in Hollywood and put on GPS.
Harrison Street, Hollywood. And they're taking part also in the Dine Out Lauderdale
Yeah, it's a great
promotion.
menu too.
And they also have some very nice, you won't leave hungry at all if you do one of their Dine Out menus, because they basically give you one of everything in the joint, and that fried chicken and those beautiful oyster dishes, the Wahoo dip pureed, unbelievable stuff. Go in J&C Oyster and dineoutlauderdale.com, and you'll have yourself a beautiful time. And if you're up in the northern part of the world,
Come in to Butcher in the
come and
bar.
Butcher in the bar. You don't even need any of those specials because every day is special here. And Chef Jackie, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And looking forward to the biscuit bread pudding with bourbon and bacon.
Yes.
Coming up next here, Mike Meals Lunchbox from the Butcher and the Bar, Boynton Beach.
From a scratch kitchen, delicious drinks and house-made spirits from a craft bar. A great vibe inside and out with a spacious patio. I'm talking about Batch New Southern Kitchen and Tap, Fort Lauderdale, in the heart of the city at 525 North Federal Highway. It's open 7 days for lunch, dinner, and weekend brunch with classics like fried chicken and waffles and shrimp and grits, and creative items like pecan-crusted salmon and a fried green tomato BLT. And the drinks? Smooth sipping and so good. There's convenient free parking and a garage next door, happy hour at the bar, an entire patio, 4 to 7 Monday to Friday, and live music every Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. It's pet and people friendly and with cozy fire pits for when the temperature dips. For reservations and more information, go to batchsouthernkitchen.com. If you like seafood in a comfortable setting, outdoors, even keel fish shack at the corner of A1A and Commercial Boulevard in Lauderdale by the Sea, and also now with a new location on Las Olas Boulevard. Those are my spots. Upscale food and a down-home setting. The chef owners, Dave and Brad, do a terrific job with all the seafood classics that you want. They have the best grilled oysters in town, bang bang shrimp, lobster rolls, and deli fish specials. They also have weekend brunch Saturday and Sunday. They have deli happy hour 4 to 7, and they also have other weekly specials like mussels on Monday and oysters on Tuesday. Go to Even Keel Fish Shack and tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. Hey, it's Mike Mayo. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a good bagel with Nova or some matzo ball soup, homemade knishes, or a great deli pastrami sandwich on rye, you know where I go? Grandpa's Cafe in Dania Beach. It's been around a long time, an institution, but a little over a year ago, a pair of New Yorkers came in, bought it, and refurbished the place. It's beautiful, and they are now serving great breakfast, brunch, lunch. They've got the omelets, they've got eggs Benedict, they've got all kinds of great baked goods like rugelach. Grandpa's is just off Federal Highway on Southwest 1st Street in Dania Beach. It's open 7 days. Go in there, tell them that the Lunchbox sent you. A sophisticated setting. I'm talking about Corvina Seafood Grill. It's at 110 Plaza Real South in Boca Raton, just south of Palmetto Park Road. It's the place to go for the freshest and local seafood and fish, some of it with a Peruvian twist like their great ceviches. It's open 7 days for dinner. They also have happy hours 7 days a week. You don't want to miss it. It's a great place. CorvinaBocaRaton.com for more information and reservations. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. One of the best restaurants in Broward, J&C Oyster in downtown Hollywood. At 2035 Harrison Street, this place is fantastic and worth a drive. It's got creative, cutting-edge seafood and more with an Asian twist and gorgeous cocktails. Chefs Raheem Seeley and Monica Dominguez cut their teeth at some of Miami's best restaurants. Don't miss some of these fantastic dishes, including grilled oysters, fried chicken, and the Thai red curry crab. Open Wednesday through Sunday for dinner with daily happy hour and outdoor seating. Go to jncoyster.com for reservations and information. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 in the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value for tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox, Butcher in the Bar, Boynton Beach, and during the break, I was just chowing down on this house-made hot dog, and oh my God, I mean,
I told you.
I
wasn't lying. When do I
I'm
rave about
partial
hot
to
dogs?
Nathan's, Coney Island. I grew up there, and the natural casing dog they make there is great, but to have a house, when you snap into it, and like Lubie said, the smokiness, the beefiness, it doesn't need a bun. I would just eat this
I would just eat the hot dog.
like Joey
100%.
Chestnut style, just like 5 dogs, no buns, and just like stuff them in my mouth. It's like the flavor is on point, and I guess it's like a medianoche roll, the split top bun. It's got a little bit
sweetness,
of excellent stuff. So I guess
we talked drinks.
Yeah, we
talked food. We
drinks.
didn't talk beer.
Beer.
And they have a lot of interesting things on tap. So we have I put it in front of me. We don't waste anything here on the Lunchbox, including and especially beer.
And this is from where? That's
So first off, our entire beer program, like everything else, we try to be as local as possible. So about 75-80% of our cans and bottled beers are Florida breweries.
Nice.
We only do independent crafts, so we don't have any mainstream beers, no Miller Lite, Heineken, Bud Light, none of that stuff. But we have nice alternatives for all those if people are willing to take the dive with us.
Yeah.
And on draft, we go exclusively. We have 6 taps. We're exclusively with Copper Point.
Brewing right here
Copper
in
Point's
West Point. I mean, just west of 95.
Yeah, just 10 minutes, one exit north of us, basically here. And it was an easy decision for us just because Matt Cox up there, who's actually going to be a judge as well in our event. He just makes, I always say, beer flavored beer.
Makes
It's funny you
really
say that.
not
In this
trying
day
to
and
be
age.
something
true to style, really true to style.
Yeah, we got a couple of nice colorful ones.
So what
One
do we
is
have
like
here?
So we have. I actually grabbed a Das Pils, which is a very traditional German style pilsner versus a Czech pilsner, and then we've got the special release of theirs, sour, the cherry limeade sour, and then one of his mainstays, the blood orange wit, which is a big seller. So so we again try to keep it as local as possible, and with our beer program as well. So
and walking in the door, one of my former Sun Sentinel colleagues, Jim Rassel, very talented photojournalist and sports photographer. He must be pumped for football season beginning. And I think he just got hired back by the Sun Sentinel as kind of a freelance photographer. That's what happens. That goes around, comes around. But he lives right down the block.
Oh, okay.
I bet he might be a semi-regular. I'll see. But,
he looks familiar.
If he's smart, he is.
familiar. Again, this is going to be a fantastic Battle of the Beaches cocktail showdown. It's going to be, I guess, 3 preliminary rounds and then a final round, alternating between right here, Butcher and the Bar, and then Sweetwater, it's called?
Sweetwater, and then Driftwood.
Yeah.
And Driftwood.
Yeah, so, and Driftwood will be, for the after parties.
Right.
It's going to be a great time, and you don't even need a ticket. Just come on out this Monday, and you don't, again, come on out. There'll be some special small plates, as Chef Jackie said. And speaking of hot dogs, it's been a big bunch of chatter on the Let's Eat group that they, I guess, a longtime hot dog stand restaurant in Fort Lauderdale called Hot Dog Heaven. That specialize in Chicago dogs. They're on the sales block. I reported that back.
You told
I reported it back in July because I saw it was listed for $1.8 million. That's the land and the business. It's Barry Starr does a great job, but he's getting up there and he wants to retire. They've knocked down the price. It was interesting because one of the brokers, listings agent, I didn't approve the post. One of the other people did because it's interesting. We usually don't do business or hiring or selling, but because this is a venerable institution, I just kind of put the feeler out because the last thing anybody wants to see is a business just close and then
Hot Dog Heaven.
So how about putting in a Butcher in the Bar in Hot Dog Heaven and using these dogs? I think it would pair with pretty much any.
I think it'd be fantastic.
I don't know if you saw my comment, but I tagged Tom Tannanzini, and hey, how about Cajun dogs?
Cajun
dogs. Yes. Don't tease me. I'm telling you that right now.
He loves the Lucky Dogs in New Orleans. The push carts there.
But these are fantastic.
And now, the sales price has been knocked down to 1.375.
Oh, wow.
So
it's good real estate.
I don't know. I'm thinking now that I'm coming into some money.
Now you're flush.
I might need a job.
Hey, Tom.
But if I was doing a hot dog thing, I would want to greatest hits. I would have a Nathan's dog in the New York style, a Sabret's dirty push cart dog. I'd have the Vienna beef Chicago dog, and then I would say, Florida now has worthy house-made dogs.
I would want a house-made dog,
I would want to get a whole
simple
case of these every day and try to, kind of highlight the great hot dogs here at Butcher in the Bar. So,
before we go, I know.
Well, we're waiting for dessert.
What are the
hours?
I'm
going to stall until we get the dessert.
I have more to talk to him about, Eric, about what are the hours? Because I saw on the outside delineated hours. When there's a kitchen open, because again, you are a bar, butcher shop, but also a kitchen, as we've seen all day. What can people look forward to when they come here, time-wise and day-wise?
One of our nemesis has been trying to Nemesis has been trying to communicate that effectively. But basically, the butcher shop is open from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tuesday through Saturday, and 11 to 4 on Sundays.
Oh, cool.
Bar opens at 11. We open at 11. We close at 10 on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're closed Mondays. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. We're open until 11 on Fridays and Saturdays. We're open until 9 on Sundays. We switch over because we do that weird thing. We actually don't serve food between 4 and 5 every day because we're switching over the kitchen. That's what's gotten us some people upset with us.
Those people that come in at 4:30,
God forbid.
And we do have little bar snacks, nuts and olives and things available. The bar's open. We have snacks. We just don't have our
God forbid people just have a drink for an hour.
It's you'd be surprised or not actually, but yeah. So
I run the Let's Eat group. I'm not surprised.
Yes, nothing surprises you anymore. Yeah. So. It's important people understand we don't serve food between 4 and 5, but we are open. So the bar's open.
Drink, come in, chill out, have a drink, have a conversation with a friend, get a bar snack.
Here's your dessert.
And last but not least, it is time for the big thing.
The
biscuit bread pudding with bourbon glazed sauce
and bacon.
Baby.
We make buttermilk biscuits every day for our breakfast sandwich, which is on our lunch menu. and our brunch menu on Sundays. We do brunch on Sundays, by the way.
Oh, good.
By the
Okay.
way.
Oh,
And this is a little fresh whipped cream.
Yeah, so
here?
that's whipped. It's a bourbon whipped cream and a bourbon caramel sauce, all made in house, topped with some bacon bits, and it's the leftover biscuits from the day that go into making the bread pudding. So
I could just live on the
whipped cream.
The whipped
yeah.
cream alone.
You can put that in my beer if you want.
Yeah. Oh man, let me get a picture. Did you get a picture?
I just
of
got
this?
video. I can give you it.
I'm
You
gonna,
can
I'm
take
gonna
a
get a
better angle.
picture.
That's a better
I gotta put this
That is
on
fantastic.
the
Yeah,
Instagram later. Man, that is a
tried
good
to
look.
tie what's going on with the bar and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
butcher shop into a dessert, and it kind of
So
works.
we know you change the menu out daily, so we're changing the desserts daily as well. Again, depending on what we're getting.
We pretty much run 2 desserts.
Okay, so desserts are
it's
standard.
this and a cookie, and then when they get inspired in the kitchen, Jackie makes a crazy good cheesecake.
Yeah, she
that-
said some lemon,
lemon
lemonade,
blueberry
blueberry
Yeah,
cheesecake. It
it's-
was like, what the heck?
It's really
Oh my
good.
God.
So when they get a little extra time, they'll throw another dessert on the menu.
Nice.
But we pretty much run with 2 desserts, and
This is crazy good. You know,
you don't
Your
think about it,
face.
right? It's,
Your face is covered with that the time know was good.
don't take me anywhere. You know how sometimes bread pudding can be a little dense, a little bit heavy. This is light as a feather. I mean, with the biscuit is a brilliant touch. Wow. All right. You know how I said I can't eat sugar? I
No,
lied.
you're,
I'm
not
gonna
supposed,
eat
you're not
all.
supposed to eat sugar. You can and you do.
Yeah.
So okay, so it's
You got
more-
to try some of this, Lubie.
I definitely will. I
Yeah.
will. It's a casual setting, but you guys do reservations. You guys, what is your website so people can?
we only do reservations for parties of 6 or more.
Okay, okay.
And but not on weekends, not on Fridays and Saturdays.
So you're just
As you
open
can
to see
yeah.
come in.
Yeah, we'll do an early like a 5 o'clock reservation, but after that, we've just been burnt too many times by no shows and all that. And we're a small place, as you can see. We only really sit 30 people inside,
Yeah.
so we save a 6 top for somebody that don't show on a
Right.
Saturday
And
night.
I
It hurts
imagine.
us,
Well, this it's getting to be, thankfully, the nicer part of the year, the
Oh, you have
stone
great
crab
outside
season,
seating.
Yeah, we-
non-hurricane season, and when that happens, you
Our
got
patio.
all the outdoor seating, and it'll fill up. Dog friendly outside. You can
We
have
are
them?
dog friendly outside.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you,
It's
Joe.
good for Joe and Tasso. They will be able to enjoy all the porchetta they want on the outdoor
Oh,
tables. Lubie, have a bite of that. I'm gonna
on the air. You want me to
I'm
have
gonna
a-
ask. Well, actually, just give a couple of notes here, and no.
Don't choke on the bread pudding, please.
You okay over there?
I think something just went in. The
Holy crap.
Stanley Cup has been making the rounds around town in Broward and Fort Lauderdale. And yesterday it was gratifying to see. Well, the last few days it's been at Jackson's in Dania Beach, my neck of the woods, where they put the famous kitchen sink sundae in the top bowl. And then yesterday it went to Shuck and Dive, and our friend Ethan Skolnick was
Yeah,
posing.
Scoop was
with-
there.
I don't know what they put inside it.
There was stuff in it.
Oysters. It was
it
like
oysters.
they put a dozen shucked oysters in
Okay.
there, and then last but not least, and I think I have friends and that would tell me that, hey, by the way, might want to come in
Especially
tonight.
since you're a sponsor.
Getting a little visit by Lord Stanley.
You guys are there weekly.
Joey at
Yeah,
Cafe
especially Joey of all
Seville,
people.
where I'm going to be going for dinner tonight because I'm going to be betting some races with Joey, Kentucky Downs. But and he also let me know that he, for the first time in 8 years, he goes to Saratoga every summer now with his crew. For the first time in 8 years, Lubie, he left a winner. So,
He's never left a
so
winner.
maybe I'm hoping that
but he keeps going back.
that the stuffed veal chop maybe came down $1.
Yeah, there you go.
No, we love Joey. Cafe Seville, one of our great and longest running sponsors. But Stanley Cup was in there last night. I start getting these texts of pictures of Serge, the great waiter who's been around, sends me a picture about 9:30. And I was like, too
You
late
were
for
over
me
there.
now.
Yeah, you would have gone.
I still
What did
haven't.
they put in it? Did they put anything in it? They have a lot of different kind of dishes.
I don't know. I don't think they put any paella
See,
in
I would
it.
put their tres leches as good as any tres leches I've ever had.
Let's just
And
cake is good.
it's a thing that they not only push, but they make sure you understand. And then it, much like this, surpasses what you already could have thought it could have been. That's what I would put in there. Like I would put, well, actually, whatever you guys
I
have
would put a
in
little
there.
paella in there, or,
Oh,
or some of
yeah.
his
The rice,
Santa
yeah.
Fe sauce. We love Joey. But I got some intel because one of the comments after I posted some of the latest, social media pictures of the Stanley Cup going around.
Ooh,
Joe Beja said
Could it
that
be
it's
at-
going to be going
could
to
it be at the
Gulfstream.
stream?
Joe Beja says it's going to be going to Gulfstream. I don't know
Our
when.
friend Don Jaffe is saying Joe B is throwing out hints.
Yeah,
for Gulfstream.
he put it on that thread last night that it is going to be going. Now, I
So how
imagine
do
the
we get
link.
word of this?
The link is that Vinny Viola, the
was a
owner of
horse
the
racing owner, yeah.
Panthers, is also a top-notch thoroughbred owner.
Big time.
He's
Makes
won the
sense.
Kentucky Derby.
He won that before he won the cup.
Yeah, Always Dreaming, I think, was the name of the horse that won the Derby. And Vinny Viola, because of his association with horse racing, will be. I think he was a part owner of Fierceness, who just won the
Yes.
Travers Stakes
Yes,
and who won the Florida
Was
Derby.
what the favorite?
So I imagine that in connection with that, it will be making appearance at Gulfstream and hopefully on one of the
Joe
days.
B, I know you watched the show. Please let us know.
Yeah,
We've missed it literally by the day everywhere we've Heritage. I was here yesterday.
I'm starting to get a complex. I think people purposely. I think Doug Sifu has basically ruled me off the Stanley Cup, given my long-running feud with.
Well,
with
they don't
him.
have the cup here,
the
but they have this, and the
president
food here
of
is
the
freaking ridiculous. So,
Oh.
in the cocktail program, the beers are great. Like, this place has been amazing, and I give Eric a lot of credit. I've never heard of this place, and I'm mad at myself
Yeah,
because I've been missing out on a lot.
So much good stuff up here. And again, people who live in the Delray, Boynton, West Palm Beach area know about you. But for our audience that's down in Broward or Miami-Dade, sometimes it's nice to take a day trip because you got places like this. Got our friends over at Pigsty Barbecue.
Yeah.
And the other news is that the Batch New Southern Kitchen concept
Yeah, not
has
far
come
from
to
here.
West Delray, Kevin. They opened it up last night. Look, it used to be just a Batch gastropub, but now they brought in the full Southern Kitchen menu concept. And talk about biscuits. I mean, this biscuit bread pudding is great, but
this is
their
right
just
up the
drop
alley.
biscuits are unbelievably good. So congrats to them. We'll be doing a show there next Thursday at the new Delray Marketplace Batch Southern Kitchen and Tap. But meanwhile, there's all kinds of things. I mean, you talk
Yeah, this
about
air is
Ravish,
fantastic.
Driftwood, Jimmy and Tommy are killing it up
Great
here.
stuff,
We got now Oceano Kitchen, which is Jeremy and Cindy Bierman, who are unbelievably talented, and they just moved from Lantana up to Lake Worth, and they've closed for the summer because they're converting this house that they bought. I don't know if you're familiar with them at all, but they're
Oh yeah, absolutely.
great people. But anybody who says that South Florida's dining scene is
Oh, no,
dull
they
or
know what they're
lacking,
talking about.
they just don't know where to go. And if you follow the pros, meaning me,
Just follow us.
Follow Mike.
Just
You know,
follow
that's
Let's Eat and follow us. Mayo has a nose for it, or an eye for it, or an ear for it, because I give him credit. I walked into this place. I'm like, how the hell do you find? I'm like, I live in Western Broward, and we have stuff like it, but I wouldn't even know.
No.
Thank you, Mayo, and thank you, Eric, for putting this place out there, because this is fantastic.
Absolutely.
it's all good. All right. Well, that's going to do it for today's show. We'll be at Gulfstream as usual tomorrow. Eric,
Yes,
I
sir.
can't thank you enough. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thanks for coming out.
And I
And
look
again,
forward
Monday
to getting
night.
back
Monday
here.
night.
The first opening round of Battle of the Beach Cocktail Showdown. Do you know who the bartenders, mixologists that are competing on Monday are?
It's going to be Anne from Warren, Maisie from Ravish, and Aiden from Radcliffe, from the wine room.
Sounds like a worthy
Except Travis
opening
said you will be
lineup.
having small
And-
dishes and bites.
Yeah, we're doing a limited menu, small, snack kind of things.
And he's giving us homework. The judge. This is not some judging
Yeah.
competition where you just show up and just start drinking.
Yeah.
He's like sending out sheets of because he's picking out, I guess, 3 cocktails for each judge.
Yeah, so the
contestant.
contestants were each given 9 that they have to prepare for, but they were only going to be making 3, and the judges got to pick the 3.
And this
so.
list is like your signature cocktail, a cocktail of the judge's choice, a cocktail where you
Very generic.
I love
you
it.
can only use 3 ingredients, a gin old fashioned, a tiki bar drink, and he had us say pick your top 5. So I already sent in what my
That you would
selections
like
are.
ahead of time.
Yeah, and then after consulting with all the judges, he'll come up with the top
That's what
3.
they do then.
Just try to take it easy on the tequila for me. I had an
That's up
inc-
to the competitors.
there was an incident when I was 16, and I would hate to
Everybody had one of those. Tequila or gin. It's
Yeah.
100%.
I'm still drinking the gin, thank God. All right. Thank you so much. Thanks to Chef Jackie. Thanks to everybody here at Butcher in the Bar. And until tomorrow, enjoy every porchetta.